Patreon member shout out to send you away like that. Never hold you again. You're in my eyes, in my head, in my soul. I feel you there. Oh, Jamila, light this world again. Oh, oh, all my nights, every day, I've been calling out your name. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Wendy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Vivi Omi Shiba update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. I would say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So I don't normally cover SHIB. I do not have a, or I did not have a strong like for it. It was a meme coin. There was like no utility, and they just opened up a burn portal and trying to incentivize people to burn it by giving them a little bit of money, actually. So let me go to the tweet real quick. The news did drop yesterday, I believe. Yeah, it was the 23rd. So the SHIB burn portal is live. Visit burn.shibaswap.com. You burn SHIB, reduce its circulating supply, and generate passive income while doing so. So they want to encourage burning. SHIB burners can easily earn passive income in the form of Ryoshi rewards. According to the site, investors who burn their SHIB token would share 0.49% of all Ryoshi transactions. I don't even know what that is, but if that gains traction and you're gaining 0.49% of each, that's, yeah, that can be a lot. You know, if not a ton of people, I mean, this could be good for both. It could be good for the people that burn because they're the ones that, you know, can gain in Ryoshi if that happens to go, and then for the people that don't burn, that are hodling as everybody else burns for the circulating supply, maybe it's really good for them. I don't know. It's just something I'm going to keep my eye on. I did have dinner with a couple of friendos last night. Had some steak. It was great. They bought the girlfriend a bottle of wine, which I thought was amazing. So shout out to y'all. You know who you are for that. And being able to talk to people on like my same wavelength that are also just nerds. Like, you know, like everyone, whether you're a whale in Omi and Vivi or you're not. I mean, these guys have a decent amount of Omi as well. But it's good to just talk people. One person's in real estate, the other person was in something else before they decided to kind of stay home. You don't want to give away too much information there, but it's really interesting to see people from all walks. And you saw it at DesignerCon. For those of you that weren't there, got to try to go this year. It's so much fun, and it's interesting how people that probably would have never met, that are probably not into the same things, the only one thing that we have in common is Vivi. And that brings me to my next point. There was a ton of like bad information and bad reactions to that information going about. Y'all probably know what I mean. And there's something I will talk to Dan Lee about later. He'll be on the podcast later tonight, so definitely check that out. I want to get his opinion on it. But there is, if you go and you Google what DC's first NFT is, you get Palm. And now obviously we know based on the metadata, and obviously because this was posted in 2021, and we've obviously had the partnership for WB probably since 2018. We just didn't release it until 2020. Yeah, this is... And so they go with the Batman cowl over there. That's what they're doing. So make the argument that it's the first Batman cowl, although we have all the Batmans with the cowls. I mean, you also have that. You have the floppy disk NFT that they made as well that came before that. But so here's what I'm thinking. Like, obviously we have the first one ever, first Batman on the blockchain, first NFT. And it's the first one to also be on two blockchains because we were on the Go chain and then switched over to Immutable X. And not only that, not only do we actually have the first, I feel bad for people that Google it and it's like, oh, okay, this is the first Batman NFT. Boom, I'm gonna go get it. And then they just, they don't find out until later after they get deep into this project, deep into NFTs, like, oh, wait, this wasn't the first Batman NFT, and they feel like they were duped. They are going to be so heckin' salty. I don't know who they're going to blame. They're going to blame Google. They're going to blame Palm. They're going to try to blame Vivi for not having enough marketing. You had the first ones. Why didn't you market it? I spent, $10,000, $100,000 on these. Now, the Batman cowls they are supposed to have like a roadmap for utility, and if you have one, you're supposed to be able to get like an airdrop or be able to qualify for a whitelist for the next drop that they have, which is great. And currently, the Todd doesn't really have any utility, but I see it getting utility in two ways. One, there'll be people like me that are giving utility to Secret Rare Alligator Loki or Secret Rare Storm, and you'll just have that person to person. And actually, it does have utility already, where if you have one, you can get into that secret Discord channel with Peter Shankman, Jeremiah Aoyang, and Dan Schawbel, and then I'd imagine, now this is just speculation, that Vivi is probably going to have something in the Vivi verse, or at least talk with WB about it. Yeah, if you have a Todd, you can get this special thing. I don't know, a special item in the Vivi verse in your house that's only for Todd holders. I wouldn't be able to get it because I don't have one. I sold mine. But yeah, since that article came out, the reso had dropped from like 9,400 to 8,400. Todd's down to like 4,500. Now, granted, Todd was, at like 14,000 at one point. But this time last year, Todd was at like $400, like 420. Comment, blaze it down below for the 420 reference. There's no, I'm trying to figure out how to put this. There are a couple different ways I feel about that. You're already up if you bought last year. You're up by like 10x, which is ridiculous. Yeah, you're down from the all-time highs, and yeah, it might go down a little lower. Who knows? But do you think that over the next 6 months, as these things start to roll out, that price won't rise? Might not be a bad time to buy. If I had the money, I might be able to. I probably would. So that being said, somebody brought up a point, I forget who it was, and said like, well, the community, like the NFT community at large, not Vivi, not Palm, not Hero, the NFT community at large will decide which one they like the best. Currently, let's say go with Marvel, Spider-Man. If you Google who's Spider-Man's first NFT, they go with Vivi. They go there. Disney, you'd probably get the same thing. Even though there were other, like AMC Spider-Man, NFTs, there were a bunch of others. Google right now is trending one way, but the community at large will decide. And there's proof of this because we've seen this before with Pokemon. First edition base set Charizard is not the first Charizard to ever come about. Is not. That belongs to the card-ass ones. This was the first Charizard ever, not the first edition base set that we all come to know and love. Now, why? That's just the way the cookie crumbles. People decided that, Pokemon wasn't as popular in 97 as it was in 99. And they went and decided, this is the one that's going to be popular. It's just what happened. So could that happen with Batman? Even though the first one ever was made on GoChain and now on, the Immutable X and on Vivi, could that be seen as like, it was the first one, but we're all going to like the Batman cowl, or we're all going to like the hero cards, or like, I mean, I guess it's a greater than 0% chance that happens. Yeah, but that is such a small percentage. Like, remember that scene in Watchmen where Big Blue, I forget his Dr. Manhattan, he goes and he says, I've seen things so small that they can hardly be considered to have happened at all. The percentage of that happening, like if you think that, you think that Palm is going to be bigger than Vivi, that's really stupid. Like I'm going to rustle some jimmies right there. If you think that there is a greater than like 10% chance that Palm Batman Cowl NFT is going to be a bigger company than Vivi, you're absolutely out of your mind. There's just no way. Give me $100,000 and I could only buy Todd's or the Batman Cowl. I might buy one Batman Cowl. The rest are going to be Todd's. Like, that's just what it's going to be. Now, the Batman Cowl is pretty cool. Yeah, that they have agreements with Snapchat, that Snapchat filter that they have. They have agreements with Google. You're able to put them on in Google Meetings. And all the ones that they don't sell, out of the 200,000 of them, they're going to burn. So as more people get into the NFT space, I'm like, oh man, I wish I was here for that. And it will go up in value, most likely. But I think that Vivi will be a household name. And I think that Vivi still has no serious competition right now. Will they in the future? Yeah, absolutely. Of course is a horse. But I just want to give my opinion on that, just as a collector standpoint. What I think is going to happen. And again, made my living, made a good amount of my fortune on Pokemon cards, collecting and trading. Rob Stuff is probably another good person to talk about this as well. So again, I'll get Danley on the podcast tonight. Everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone please check out at HeyDavidDon and at KingMavsForever over on the Twitter. Stand Up Truck and King Mavs over on the Vivi app. Kobe Collection, Only Player 1 over on the YouTube. RateX.ETH domain name. Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Vivi Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, The Gale, Vivi Darklink, and Vivi Vibes all on the YouTube. And at Wet Wizard Vivi and Gary O at 1234 CA3 all on Twitter. Goodbye guys. Meow. Meow.